is Chrissy, and welcome to my channel, Chrissy's Walking Beauty. So today we are going to do this smoky halo using the Fenty Beauty Snap Palette 6 and 7. Whichever way that makes sense to you. These are super cute, and I think that this look is relatively simple, but it's very jazzy and it stands out. I think that this would be great for a summertime date night, or maybe just going out for like a brunch or an early dinner and just looking cute. I mean, if you're like me, you could just go to the grocery store and look like this, because boo, ain't nobody gonna tell you you're not cute today, okay? You guys, if you are interested in seeing how I got this look using the Fenty Beauty Snap Palettes, please stay tuned. Alright you guys, so I'm probably not going to be talking too much about what I'm doing in this video, mostly because if you have not seen my other videos that I put out, like about my summer foundation routine, go ahead and check that out. If I can figure out how to put it in the cards by now, it will be up here somewhere. And you know, my eyebrows are done. I have primed my face, so all I'm gonna do is pretty much my foundation base, eyes, that good stuff with you while we talk, okay? So, and you guys, FYI, I know that I had planned on trying to do a 4th snap shadow palette, and I realized that it just doesn't, like, the way this is set up, it's not gonna work. So yeah, we're just gonna call this the 3 snap palette challenge, okay? I'm gonna use number 7 today, which I'm not even doing eyes first, so I don't even know why I'm telling y'all that. But whatever the case may be, we're gonna get right into the face, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about something. So, you know, I have really been digging into just spiritual things and just things of the spirit, you know, because if you go through this world and you really think that the physical things are all there is to, you know, be had here, then, you know, you might not have the best concept of how this world is and how it works. You know, you might want to check that out. But, you know, me, I've dug in, I've done like a great deal of research and, you know, studying and all that good stuff. And I just, like, the Lord has brought to my attention a few things. And one of those things are some spirits go unnoticed. And because they go unnoticed, they go unchecked. And that is a problem. And one of the most, I would say one of the most unchecked, unnoticed spirits that there are is the spirit of rejection. And that comes in so many different forms, you guys, and I feel like that's why it's less identifiable. Like, if somebody is always angry, or they're quick to be angry, or, you know, something along that nature, you could easily say they have a spirit of anger, if that is how you get down and that's, you know, your belief process and you believe in the spiritual realm. They got a spirit of anger. Okay, bet. But, like, unlike the spirit of anger that has very clear, you know, outline things that you can see it. It's a very obvious manifest, right? The spirit of rejection is not so obvious, or at least I don't think it is so obvious, you guys. The spirit of rejection can come in many ways. Obviously, you know, if you're going around and people are just shutting you down, you're going for job interviews, you know, you're super qualified for, and they're just telling you no, then obviously, you know, it happens multiple times. More than likely, you may be dealing with the spirit of rejection. That, I feel like, seems very obvious, very clear, clearly outlined. So people usually don't question that. But it's the underlying quietness that it can have in most people's lives that will have it unchecked. Like, for instance, the people that are getting ready to get a divorce. The spirit of rejection is working in that situation. And you may say, Chrissy, pray tell, how is that? Because obviously it's the spirit of anti-marriage, right? But see, the spirit of anti-marriage will just allow certain things to happen or make things difficult. And, you know, that's where we get the word adversity from. It just makes things difficult and you have to rise above it. But the spirit of rejection is the one that really pushes for the divorce or the separation, because now someone, if not both of them, are rejecting one another. And let me pull out my Snap. I don't know why I keep saying it like that, y'all. It's my Snap palette. But whatever the case may be, you know, somebody or both people are rejecting one another. And, or, you know, the kids that are getting bullied at school, they have the spirit of rejection. Because not all kids get bullied at school. Not all people that people consider nerds get bullied at school. And not all kids that get bullied are, you know, poverty stricken or, you know, super smart. Like, sometimes the kids that are getting bullied have no, what we would call regular markers to be in a criteria of getting bullied. They just normally get bullied. And you know, it's crazy because there's this, okay, so let me tell you, there's this little girl I know. I guess she's not that little anymore. She's in high school now. But whatever the case may be, this little girl, she was a beautiful little girl. Absolutely beautiful. Inside and out. She had a very sweet disposition. She's very smart and athletic and just the person that anybody would think that you would want to be around. You know, like, this is obviously the who's who of kids, okay? But when this child went to school, they were constantly confronted by bullies, which made absolutely no sense. I mean, it made no logical sense because she was pretty, she had, you know, the cutest clothes, she was a very popular athlete, she was very smart, did very well in her classes. Like, and I don't know about y'all, but in my day, that qualifies you to pretty much be like one of the most popular kids in school. But instead of being, you know, Miss Popular, she was being bullied and would come home and cry and everything else about the situation and the circumstances. And that, I felt like, is a perfect example of the spirit of rejection, because all the outward appearances would indicate that these things don't make sense. They're not lining up. This is just kind of out of what is perceived to be normal. But due to whatever has enforced the spirit of rejection in that child's life, they are now going through the woes of that spirit, and it makes no outward sense. But if you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, it makes perfect sense, because, you know, there's something that did not line up properly. And it's crazy because children who are products of divorce or parents that argue a lot, separation, they usually will come with the spirit of rejection, or the spirit of rejection will attach itself to that child, because which is why most kids, like when their parents separate or divorce or something, they will act out or they will rebel. It's a part of how that spirit is working to further perpetuate its rule in the life of the child, because it's like an ongoing cycle. You know, the child feels rejected because of the situation, so the child acts out. Now the child is being punished for acting out, which then makes the child feel rejected. So you guys, it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle of behavior, and unless you're spiritually inclined or aware or have somebody who are these things in and around your life, you will continue that cycle for a while and not really understand what is going on, because from a physical standpoint, it makes no sense. It's not logical to the data, I guess. I feel like that's a good way of saying it. It's not logical to the data. So, you know, identifying the spirit of rejection, I feel like, can be very difficult, because a lot of people will just chalk up certain things to, you know, it happens. That's life. And, you know, that's life, or that's life, or I had bad luck, or, you know, they just didn't like me. No, that's not the case, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know a lot of you will probably be looking like, Chrissy, what are you talking about? I came to watch some makeup, and you over here talking about the spiritual world. Well, booze, I'm trying to put y'all on, because real talk, the spirit of rejection will run your life, and you will be wondering why you don't have the opportunities that you work so hard for. And that's not to say that you're not working hard, or that you're trying to make it, or anyone's trying to make excuses for why you haven't reached the place that you need to be reaching. But if you know that you're putting in the work, you know that you are doing everything it takes to achieve the goal at hand, and that goal is still not being achieved, you might need to go check your closet for the spirit of rejection. Well, and anti-progress, for real. But you guys, I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to do well. And, you know, if after everything you've tried, physical, and you've prayed, and all this other stuff, and you're still in the same boat, or things aren't really seeming to get better, check for the spirit of rejection. Check for the spirit of anti-progress. Get your life. If you haven't given your life to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, do so as well, because the time is now. The time is short. You know, I'm just gonna say that. But yes, you guys. So, but long story short, like, the spirit of rejection is like a low-key silent, like a silent party in a lot of people's lives. Like, you're working hard, you're doing everything that you can, you're coming in early, you're staying late, you know, you're doing everything and some. In fact, you're going above and beyond the call of duty, and you're not seeing the fruits of your labor. There's something else going on, and it's starting where everything starts, which is in the spiritual realm. So think about it, okay? Think about it, take it into consideration, because, you know, if what do you have to lose? That's my thing. What do you have to lose by really checking out and seeing if this is true? If nothing else, you might learn something. And learning, last I heard, is an ongoing process until you stop breathing. So, you know, take some time. I'm gonna make sure to link some videos that I think would be very helpful to this talking point in the description bar. And I'll just say, you know, if you're looking at your life and you have these questions about why certain things just haven't been working out, or whatever the case may be, and and there's no logical explanation, or you feel like there's something bigger going on, keep an open mind and check out the links in the description bar. And so now we're just gonna get to, oh, no we're not. Okay, y'all, I was about to mess up my face makeup. See. I was about to mess up all the face makeup. This was already wet. I didn't just spray it to make it wet, but it started drying out because I have this fan on above me, which is why I put my plastic bag over my head, you guys, because I'm about to do a natural hair like blowout video. So you guys, if y'all want to see that, stay tuned. But I almost forgot to get my banana of the powder under my eyes. This might be too damp. No, I'm not trying to spray it again. Okay. Now I'm gonna just put a nice little powder layer down. There we go. This is an Equate sponge, you guys. I got it at Walmart, and it's cool. I feel mad spoiled right now because I had the Morphe sponge for like a while, and I'll say it lasted me about a month before it started cracking. Once my sponges start cracking, I don't mess with them anymore. So it lasted me about a month before it started cracking, and you know, I'm relatively satisfied with that. But it has like this flat edge that, you know, was serving me. It was serving me very well. Alright, you guys, so this is palette 7 from the Fenty Beauty Snap Palette Collection. And we're gonna start out with this light to medium brown right here. Okay? I messed around and got a little bit of that gray on there, so we're gonna go with this with a very light hand. And just so you guys know, I have primed my eyes with the Morphe Primer. I'm not sure if I like it or if I dislike it. I don't know. It dries down, which is like interesting because I've never done like a dry down primer. Like ever in my doing makeup. I've always done a sticky primer, which I've liked. I've enjoyed it because I know how it works. And I am taking this all the way up to the brow. But yeah, so you guys, let me know in the comment section if you believe in the spirit realm, if you believe in different spirits that can oppress or possess people, because there is a difference between the two. And you know, tell me your thoughts about this, because I think that this is a very interesting conversation point. I'm gonna go into the gray right now, you guys. Alright, you guys, what was I saying? So just let me know what your thoughts are. I'm about to do a halo for those of you who are interested, and I'm taking the gray on the inside and the outside, but mainly concentrating it right out here. But yeah, so I think that I think there's something that can be done about it. I don't think that we are victims of anything except for a lack of knowledge. And then even so, you're only a victim if you don't have access to knowledge, which most people have access to information nowadays. It's not an era where you don't have access to information. So, you know, the only thing that's stopping anybody from having understanding is their desire to really study and really look into stuff and really understand like what's going on. And if you don't understand, there's somebody who does and might be willing to explain it to you somewhere. I don't know if I can, but you know, I'm just saying. Everyone should be looking to better themselves, have information, understand what's going on, not just be at the whims of the universe, you know, like, no. Figure out what it is you believe and be obedient to that. And you won't be at the whims of anybody, but your own willingness to conceive. So I'm gonna go into this yellow right here. It's like a mustard yellow. I'm like really digging this mustard yellow color though, you guys. Like, I feel like I need more of a primer down. But that's okay, because I wasn't anticipating using it as like a for real like color situation. I really just wanted to see what it was gonna look like. And because I pretty much took up all the primer. See, when you deal with a stickier primer instead of a dry down primer, the stickier primer would still pick this up and make it very vibrant as much as it could. Whereas this dry down primer is it's like once you put something there, that's what's there. You might be able to blend like on top of it, but for the most part, that's what's there. So that's something I have to consider as well doing makeup. I'm gonna put my finger right here in this shimmery white tone, and it's not white, it's like a duochrome yellow, and I'm just gonna put that right here. Oh yeah. And I might go into palette 6 to get the black to add more depth to the look, because I'm feeling it. I'm glad I went in with that mustard yellow, you guys, because it added just a little bit of intensity to this that wasn't there before. So now I'm gonna take that all the way up, even into the gray, just straight up. I've really been into that because it just creates this different shape that, like, I guess I've just gotten bored with the halo over the years, and I like bringing it up. It just adds a different like depth into it. And I'm gonna take number 6, and number 6 has this black that is very deep, and I'm gonna take this really tiny blending brush, and I'm just gonna take that right here, like literally right here on the inside area, and blend that out. And I'm not gonna take it on the inside because I really just wanted to create some depth on the outside, just a little bit extra. And I'm gonna take that original blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit more. All right, you guys, I'm gonna dust this powder off and put on some highlighter, and then we're gonna get to the bottom lash line. Am I gonna put, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. know, with the little lifted version of it where it extends up to the brow, I think that that adds a nice little bit of pizzazz to the smoky eye. And you guys, so this was the Snap 7 and 6 put together. I used the black from the 6, which was just literally that color, and that's a really, really good black, you guys. Like, it's a true midnight black. And then from the 7 palette, I used the charcoal gray, I used the mustard yellow, I used the shimmer right here, which it looks white in the pan, but it turns out to a shimmery gold version of this. And then I also used this taupe color under my eyes with the black and the charcoal as well to smoke it out. So you guys, this look is super cute. I really like it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this look and enjoying this Snap Palette series. I feel like this is a bit of a challenge because it's not a traditional palette that's just made to tell a story. Most palettes tell stories. And these do tell stories. They tell many stories. So to be able to combine them to create a different type of look or story, I think it's a fun challenge. So yes. So you guys, I really hope that you enjoy this. You've enjoyed this journey with me and continue to enjoy it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you know when these videos are coming out. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.